Yeah, yeah. There was a spirit standing here, wanting to represent the other side of these holy places, these holy places of color, wanting to represent the other side of these holy places full of color, and we, we, re, reconstructing what they believe from the colorful side and being a driver of the other side of color, which could result in the true color of man-made objects, the true color of material made, processed made materials, constructing their own spiritual waves and flows and becoming elastic in a way, wrapping their spiritual essence around these solid materials or visual objects that is seen on a day-to-day basis, objects that are close to them. They are beginning to have a need that isn't of inner beings goal, it's an outer being need going around, stemming from needing something out of what their environment and close proximity is available. So if a sound is made, that sound has become a necessity for a spirit that has a vicious grip on keeping the first sight, sound, and knowledge that enters its close proximity, and the delusion comes when there isn't an answer for the time that is sort of being centered around. There isn't enough time complete the full process of sort of claiming how there isn't a spiritual delusion in your subconscious attention. You are somewhere physical, but also spiritually attached to certain solids and certain necessities that in your close proximity environment, as far as 3 feet from your pupils and 10 feet from how you hear, I would go as far as the delusion of a spirit that needs to say, I am this or I am that, while there is understanding of we will be nothing. So the dying thirst of needing to fulfill your satisfaction of the delusion that this is not crazy enough to know that I am able to transcend into a sort of world where I may feel as if being the air that's in my close proximity isn't claimable, but what I am around is claimable. And when words aren't being said or heard for a period of time, the delusion of everything is okay, but let me make sure everything can be even more okay as much as possible would mean your environment, so to speak, in a 10-foot proximity could have you feel more safe or in a more controlled environment with the mind or thought that, let me go a little further and say I am my bedside fan, I am my bedside lamp, I am my ceiling light. Maybe I spent a few nights in a quiet room to the point where my mind was able to fill in the space like the air that I breathe. And hold down a position so that the eyes can be comfortable in its waking and closings. Almost as if there's a 10-foot proximity between insertion of a penis into a vagina and the next curse word that is said in those hours. Accumulate time and those spaces would decree a vocal tsunami of maybe like a spiraling tornado of release. Like the last sound after the penis is out. Like riding on a seesaw. You are up on the seesaw while the other person is down, but every force in that person's body, every joint, every limb, every force of muscle used is used to bring you down, to use your muscles and limbs, and it's like the same way to think about how, well, I need to do this in order to not feel crazy about the time I'm losing and not making myself as comfortable as I can possibly push comfort. And it's complete physical, mannered situation that occurred, which would be kind of like an analogy where I need to use my knees and the bottom of my feet and propel myself up so that this function can be completed, so that the time that I am lost in silence can be filled with a sort of accurate, therapeutic, mental comforting release. Like needing to breathe. I need to fill my comfort areas that I may have not filled before. If that makes sense.
What a nigga out this bitch.